guys, John Michael here with Peridot. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to talk to you about standard deductions versus itemized deductions. We get questions all the time. Can I deduct this on my taxes? And the answer is always, it depends. And we hate saying that because it depends, because some of the stereotypical deductions you may know about are itemized deductions, and that may or may not apply to your tax return. So what's confusing is everybody gets a standard deduction, and given we're recording this in July of 2025, they just passed that one big beautiful bill. So the new standard deduction rates for 2025 are going to be $15,750 for single and $31,500 if you're married. So what happens is everybody gets those standard deductions, or you can itemize, and you take the higher of the two. And when you get over to itemized deductions, those are some of your stereotypical deductions. Those are charitable contributions, state and local income taxes and property taxes, mortgage interest, and medical expenses, and some other things as well. And each one of those deductions, some of them have their own limits on what you can even put into the itemized pot. So you put all these things into your itemized deduction pot, and if it's more than the standard deduction, well, then you itemize, and you take that, and you're going to get a larger deduction. If it's not more, then you go ahead and take the standard. So the issue we have when you ask these questions is the standard is so large. Again, it's $15,750 for 2025 if you're single, or $31,500 if you're married. That's such a large deduction that it really depends. Is your mortgage interest, if you're married, is your mortgage interest with your property taxes and your charitable contributions, and your medical expenses, are they more than that $31,500? Then yeah, we're going to want that information. You're going to be able to deduct that. You're going to be able to itemize. If it's not, then no reason to sort of take the time and add all that stuff together. So whenever we get those questions, it depends, and you just need to keep in mind that everybody's getting the standard, and you might itemize. Again, though, it's when in doubt, you always provide the information, and we will determine what's better. And also, some of that might matter to the state, so it's not an automatic yes or no, because depending on the state you're in, some of those itemized deductions still might apply. But it does get confusing, because when we talk about the itemized deductions, the medical expenses, if you want to spend the time and get us all your medical expenses, the only amount that goes into the pot is the amount that's over 7.5% of your AGI. And your AGI is more or less your income. So if you make $100,000, only the amount above $7,500 is going to go into that itemized pot, and then you add that to your other itemized deductions. State and local income taxes, because of this new tax bill, they used to have a cap of $10,000. Now that cap's $40,000. So if you're in a high income state or something, you have a lot of state taxes, you have more itemized deduction now that might go into that pot. So the answer is always maybe, it depends. That's a common answer with tax accountants. But I wanted to briefly explain why that's the case and why there's a difference between standard and itemized. And you take the higher of the two. We get questions a lot, did I itemize? And you didn't. It doesn't mean that we missed something. It just means that standard was higher. But that's it. If you have follow-up, you can let us know. And goodbye.